This is Mike with Permaculture Cortez, and we have been building up the coop. So this is what it looks like now. We're almost done to at least get the chickens in. Got the door in. This will be finished up today, hopefully, and then we can finish up the other end. And then for the most part, this is done. We just got, this is all cladded on this end, and some chicken wire. We got the rabbits with their automatic waterer. This will be upgraded to the 55-gallon drum that I have in the back. But they're all watered. Got 2 empty cages for these little guys when they get a little bit bigger. Say, I've got a name. My name's Coconut. This is Spooky. I haven't really named the 3 little guys yet. Guys and girls, I should say. But this is why I have the rabbits. This can be used on the garden immediately. It does not need to be composted. It doesn't need to be heat treated or anything. It's cold, it won't burn your plants, and they make a lot of poop. So eventually I'll get them mostly off pellets, but for the moment they're going to be eating pellets until I can get things situated. I believe I'm gonna make like a mixed green area, probably in the front yard or in this patch right here. Grow some like wheatgrass and just some other mixtures of plants. I can harvest it and feed them. Excuse me, it's a little cold out, so yep. So once that's done, we'll have 2 doors. So I'll come in here, and this will be like their roosting area, and then I'll start putting like kitchen scraps and stuff down this way, and having all that like composted material move from this direction down towards the end. What's nice is I got this palm tree here. This will provide some shade during the summer in this part, because this is going to be completely open. This is going to be like their run, and then that's going to be the actual coop where they can nest and everything. So they'll be sharing that space with the rabbits. And then been working on getting things into the ground. So I've got 2 rows in so far. This is just kind of a like half row here. These are just bush beans. And then I've got ginger here and here, and then I have peppers. So I'm growing as a companion plant ginger and peppers together. This row is slightly larger with a walkway. So yeah, it's looking good. So I hope today I'm able to get at least another row in. I've ran out of ginger, so I'll be ordering more. Some good quality organic ginger. And then I've got all these potted up plants I hope to sell. I'm giving some away to some coworkers, but you can see I've got quite a few of certain varieties than others. I've got cucumbers and squash, tomatoes, and my onion beds is still doing good. It's been infiltrated a little bit by some clover. So yeah, at the moment I've got Napa Chardonnay, tomato, Sunrise Bumblebee tomato, Green Doctor's tomato, yellow pear, Isis Candy, cherry tomato, Chinese python snake bean. That one doesn't look like it's doing so well. Zucca gourd, golden marble scallop squash, tiger melon among red cucumber. Let's see, loofah, scheme cucumber, crystal apple cucumber, lemon cucumber, and lemon squash. I can't wait to see this plastic pulled up, everything growing. Greenhouse and the structure of the greenhouse. I think I'm gonna do tomatoes here and then run some lines so they can kind of grow up. And And then here, so this is a test to see if this would work as a fence. And it looks like it does pretty well. It's got some flex to it. It's basically just rebar in the ground. I got little short sticks, half of it in the ground. Then you have the electrical conduit, and then a concrete mesh here, and then just zip tied it. Now, obviously, if I was using this as a fence, which I'm testing for the property for Reformation Garden, you know, to keep dogs and goats in. So this has got nice flex to it. Just use some metal instead of the zip ties. And then we've got, let's see, 1, 2, and they're just starting to leaf out, especially this one. This is, these are grapes. And then I've got a kiwi here, which looks like it's doing pretty well. It's starting to curl. And then just random things have popped up from the compost, which is great. Got tumbling composters. It's full of the chicken litter, basically. It's gonna get hot here soon. Oof. We've got beehive, but there's no bees in it. This has actually gotten really dirty in the last month. But yeah, that's everything. There's some junk everywhere, but once we get everything in its place, then we can start cleaning up and making the place actually look beautiful, which is nice. So this is a long project. We're kind of tired of seeing the plastic and pots and bricks. So can't wait to see a bunch of plants in here instead. So this was like a little test plot that I did with radish, and the lettuce didn't pop up except for really late, a little piece here. And this is arugula. And what's weird is that the leaves come down and they attract the leaves, and this needs to be thinned out. So I've got some work to do to figure these things out. I didn't give enough space to like actually come in here and walk and thin things, because they're planted pretty thick in certain spots. But this is a good area. Just I'm gonna clean this up, feed all this to the rabbits, and I'm not really sure. Like, I was thinking about doing the wheatgrass and maybe some comfrey in here, just kind of like a mixture green cover crop to feed rabbits and chickens, because it's kind of a weird spot. Greenhouse is kind of in the middle, but the only reason I did that is because the trees right here, and there's a bunch of roots. This is kind of a perfect spot. It's a wasted area. I can't actually cultivate in here, but it kind of breaks up the yard into weird pieces. So I've got just basically 3 sections of empty space I don't really know what to do with. And again, it's really cold, but I think I'm protected with all these trees. Plus the ground's warm over there because of black plastic. I've got things that are growing that shouldn't be growing because it dropped down to mid 40s last night. Let's see, let's go out front. Didn't plan on being plan this video to be a tour, but alright. So just got some ginger. I'm hoping some of these that were in here would pop back up. That's the only thing that died back this year, was some of the ginger and turmeric that was in here. I'm shocked because this is south facing and it's got the brick wall. I think this would be like the warmest spot. But yeah, still have some basket gourds trying to make it even after construction. Some fruit trees coming. This looks terrible because we had all that, the pipe replaced in the yard. As you can see, I actually have an outlet now. I've got wheatgrass growing in here. It needs to be consumed. I meant to juice it, but things got out of hand. I got a couple squash. I was testing it to see if it would make it through the high 30s, mid to high 30s, and everything's made it. Aren't those beautiful? So I got some bulbed flowers coming up. Looks like there's another one just popping up. I thought these would get taller. Got some more beans. Out of 108 mulberries right here, and so far there's only 3 or 4 that I've taken off that are actually leafing out. Like this one, and this one. That's 3 next to each other. That a little bit more interesting over here. A couple more bulbs popping up, mixed in with weeds and rosemary and shrubbery. Eventually, once this gets filled out more, I'll probably come back and start removing some of these just decorative plants. I'll probably leave the flowering ones, but I'll start removing some of this. Actually, I'm thinking about doing turmeric and ginger in the front, a couple rows of it just all the way across the front, because it grows about this tall, so it'll leave this nice kind of barrier to from the yard to the sidewalk. And then we have this right here. This is getting bigger and bigger every day. Like, I'm literally watching it grow. This is the angel trumpet. I've got some tomatoes, made it all the way through the winter. Looking a little scraggly though. I've never seen this plant flower. Some more beans. And with this winter, it's made the Mexican tree spinach, or chaya, I should say. It's come back. It's coming back, growing strong. This one got a little kicked over, I think, from the plumber. And then I've got a few growing in the actual strip here. Just a bunch of chop and drop. Yep, I got citrus and peaches. So this is flowering. Got little peaches on it already. Alright, so this is Mike with Permaculture Cortez. Over and out.